Hey you guys, it's Stan. I'm in the kitchen again today. We're going to be making a lovely dessert. We're going to do a pear tort, and a tort is just a fancy name for a cake. This is a cream cheese version of that, almost like a cheesecake, and we got great ingredients today. We've got some real Philadelphia cream cheese, son. We got some unsalted butter, some lovely pecans, and we got sugar, eggs, flour. I'll show you guys how to make it. We had this dessert about 8 years ago, and it blew my mind. It was so delicious, so we've been making it quite a bit. Impress your neighbors. Don't buy something from the store next time you're asked to bring a dessert to someone's house. Just make this. It takes like 45 minutes, and it is money. We're gonna make the crust, so we got 2/3 of a cup of pecans going in our dope-ass Cuisinart food processor. I just got, it's like a workhorse power machine. Crust. We whizzed up our pecans, 2/3 of a cup. This is a stick of butter, unsalted, and 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Get out your fork or get out your beater and whiz these together, make them nice and smooth and creamy. Butter and sugar is super creamy. We're gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon of just vanilla. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And then 3/4 of a cup of AP flour. Mix that together, and we're gonna add our chopped pecans. And just mix that up super duper well for our crust. Summary so far, this has been the 1/2 cup of soft butter, 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I mixed that together very well. And then I blended together the, the butter sugar mixture. I took 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla, mixed in 3/4 a cup of flour and 2/3 of a cup of finely chopped pecans. I mixed it all together to make this crust. And I've got a pie pan like this. I greased it with butter, and we're gonna just put our crust in like that, press it down, make it sure it comes down off the sides, and make sure it's flat. And then you wanna get a fork, and you're gonna wanna poke this thing, I don't know, 10 or 12 times, so air can naturally get into this thing and cook. Cooks 12 minutes, 12 to 14 minutes, golden brown. So in goes our 8 ounces of the cream cheese. Make sure it comes to room temperature and gets softened. We're gonna do 1 egg, okay? Then we're gonna do another like 1/4 of a teaspoon, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon of real vanilla. Try to use the real stuff. Don't use that stuff that your mom used to use. Use a vanilla bean or real vanilla. And then 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Okay, so we've mixed together the ingredients for the filling, which is the 8 ounces of cream cheese, the egg, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla. Let's go over and take a peek at our crust. I think it's ready. It's been in a 375 oven for about 12 to 14 minutes. It's nice and golden brown. Take this out. This needs to cool now for probably 15 or 20 minutes. The next step is to take a can of Bartlett pears that you get at the market. You could use fresh pears. The pears at the market didn't look that great today, so I just bought a can of them. And you want to slice them as thin as possible, and you want to get them to all to be as uniform as possible. These are going to go on top of the tort, and these actually make this thing. We're going to fan them out, and it's going to look really cool. We're going to finish it with some cinnamon sugar. Just get them really thin, really uniform. Make it look nice. Take your time. Don't cut your finger. Our crust is now cool. It's been like 20 minutes, and we're going to take our filling, and we're going to just spoon it in on top of the crust and smooth it out, and then we're going to add the pears after we get this all done. We start in the middle, and we're going to pinwheel these things just counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever. Start in the middle and just kind of pinwheel it out and fan it out. Then we're going to hit it with cinnamon and sugar. Just fan out those pears on top of this thing. This thing's almost ready to go in the oven. The last little thing we need to do is hit it with a little cinnamon and sugar. And I buy this stuff pre-made, makes it easy. Or you can just mix a little bit of cinnamon and sugar together, and you just want to sprinkle it on top. Just a little bit, just to give it a little color and give it a little extra sugary yumminess. Sweet! All right, this is going in a preheated oven at 375 degrees for 25 minutes. We'll pull it out. I'll show you the final. Timer's going off. The cheesecake is ready. What do you think about this cheesecake?
It's the best cake ever!
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Your friends or your neighbors will absolutely adore you when you bring this to their house. It is phenomenal. It packs a power punch of flavor, texture, taste. Oh my gosh. Hey, get out of there. All right, hot plate coming through. Anyway, that's it. That's the delicious pear tort. Make it immediately.